those governors who would run to, the villa. I'm not one of those people who go to the villa at night and beg. In the morning, you come out and play some. He would always make the statement. As a matter of fact, whenever he had to be in the villa, there was someone who would represent him. Because I remember when the APC and the PDP would trade words at the time, statements like "you were not present, so you probably do not have the right information" were said. So that's how we would know at the time that the governor rarely ever visited the villa. However, after the role he played during the election to see the current president emerge as president, we have seen him now visit the villa twice. On Friday and now today. According to the news that I read not too long ago, the news update, the former governor is currently in a close meeting with the president, alongside former governor of Ebonyi State, Dave Umahi, and Senator Godswill Akpabio. So I'm guessing maybe the conversation will who should be the Senate president. Remember, it was said at some time, it was reported at some time that Tinubu had also given his blessing to Senator Godswill Akpabio. So I probably think that would be the conversation. But what is deep in this report for me is that just maybe the former governor of Rivers State has a role to play in Bola Tinubu's presidency. But the conundrum is he has reiterated that he's not leaving the PDP. As a matter of fact, Siminalayi Fubara is now vice chairman, PDP Governors Forum. So that means he's also going to try to continue fighting for the control, so to say, permit me to use that word, of the PDP. Remember, there was a court ruling last week on Friday that that said the suspension of RU was in order. Interesting. But let's read this article. The article where I got that quote from. And the article is captioned, you can find it on the Punch newspaper, "I will consult my wife, orders if Tinubu offers me appointment." It's coming from the former governor, Wike. Now, the immediate past governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, has said he would make consultations with his wife and friends to determine whether or not to take up any appointment offer from President Bola Tinubu. Wike, in an interview with BBC Pidgin, insisted that his wife and friends are the set of people he would first reach out to. The People's Democratic Party chieftain, who clarified that the president had yet to broach any such issue with him, however, declared that he is not too big to serve this country. Now, let's get the facts right. The president has not offered yet, right? There's been no handshake yet. However, according to the report on the Punch, if he's offered, he's not too big to serve the country. According to him, "I am going to rest. I have worked for 8 years, so I am going to rest. Tinubu has not informed me about getting any appointments. I am not too big to serve my country, but he has never told me that he would give me an appointment. If he asks me, the first thing I will do is ask my wife and friends what they think about it. I will also assess myself if I am prepared. I will never do what I am not ready for," he remarked. All right, so that's the Punch quoting the former governor of Rivers State. And, last week we talked about Bode George. Bode George has come out this morning to say it was misquoted, that he is not going to work for Tinubu, that he does not have any grievance against Tinubu, but he does not like his style of governance and he would not work with him. And the matter is still in court, as he believes, maybe just like Atiku would say, that the court might rule in their favor. Any which ways, I'm hoping that will not be the case with the governor, because yet again the governor is in the villa having a meeting with Bola Tinubu. But I want to look at it from this angle. Let's say there is an appointment. Let's say Tinubu decides to offer the handshake. Remember, I told you sometime last week, that the appointments made, yes, they might be technocrats, but the people who worked for his victory will be blessed, so to say, will be, will be selected to be in certain sensitive positions. And if that is the case, then just maybe, if we're reading between the lines, just maybe, the former governor might get selected or appointed or get blessed, whichever word suits the situation. And if he does get the blessing, how will it affect Rivers State? Because I'm also reminded that when he was governor, he would always tackle the Rivers representatives at the ministerial level, saying that they did not do anything at the time for Rivers State. And so the question in my head is, if he eventually, let's say he gets it, let's say there is the offer, and then he goes ahead to ask his wife, and his wife said, you know what, you're capable, go ahead and, fill in that role. How will it affect Rivers State? What will Rivers State benefit? That's the angle I'm looking at it from. Let's drop the politics, because we have not got into the stage of governance. Yes, there is all the conundrums about whether he's still going to be in the PDP or not, whether he will accept the appointment or not. All of those things are there. But the question is, how will it benefit Rivers State? We've had a lot of ministers in time past. I could name a few. The Tony Graham Douglas of blessed memory, Obasanjo's administration on two different portfolios, I should say. We've had Abiy Sekibo, still Obasanjo's, right? Obasanjo's administration has stand to be corrected. We've had Odeyin Ajimogobia, started serving during Yar'Adua's administration, and then Jonathan's. We've had the former governor as well in Jonathan's administration. I'm talking about Wike. We've had the former governor Rotimi Amechi during Buhari's administration, and then when he left, we had Udi still under Buhari's administration. And giving federal character would mean that the cabinet would reflect the 36 states. There is a possibility that Rivers State can get at most two persons in the cabinet, possibly. I mean, if they don't get to scrub the Minister of State portfolio, there's that possibility. But how will it affect Rivers State? Such appointment. A former governor, once a Minister of State, once a local government chairman. How will his status, his experience when it comes to governance affect Rivers State from a ministerial level? What role do you think he'll be able to play in Tinubu's government for the benefit? We're not talking about now I know sometimes all of these appointments are for personal benefits and all, but the president has made promises, and he's looking like he wants to keep to those promises. It's looking like, I'm saying he's looking like, I'm not saying he has. And so what role do you think the former governor can play if the president were to extend a hand of friendship in his cabinet for the former governor? That's what I want us to, talk about. Because a lot of the times, I know it's political, the appointments, but it's still the state that gets represented at that level. So maybe we can have a conversation and see how, in whatever little way, we can influence, the selection process. So, yet again, President Bola Tinubu is meeting with the former governor of Rivers State, Wike, alongside former governor of Ebonyi State, David Umahi, and Senator Godswill Akpabio. This is the second time in 72 hours that governor or former governor Wike has visited the president in the villa. It's time to take your calls. What do you think about it? What do you think about it? Now, yet again, I want to beg you. See, I know we love politics in River State, but can we? I don't know how you can do it, but try and remove the political bias, right? And let's just see River State for what it is. It belongs to you, it belongs to me. Whether you're from here or you're just doing business here, the success of River State will directly, affect your life, better your life. So let's look at it from a River State angle and not from PDP or any of the other parties. And let's talk for development. First question: how would such an appointment benefit River State? And in what capacity will the former governor be suitable for the benefit of River State? Maybe on other shows you guys can talk about the political implication, but for now, let's just leave politics out of this and let's talk River State. Once again, the numbers to call: 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003. WhatsApp text messages to the number 0809 0306 We go for a quick commercial break first. When I come back, I start with your messages and then I'll take some phone calls. Good evening. Just stay tuned. No, first, I said I'll read the messages. So I'll start with the messages. If you're joining us, we're looking at the possibility of the former governor, Wike, being appointed in Tinubu's cabinet or by the president. And we're looking at how it will positively affect Rivers State. And also we're saying what role would he perform very well in the cabinet of the president if he were to be selected. And also looking at the past ministers, can we really say we have felt we have felt the appointment of Rivers people in the cabinets of the various presidents that we've had since 1999. Let's put it that way. All right, so let's start with some of the messages on WhatsApp. Let's see what this one says. This one says political hypocrisy is saying different thing and doing a different thing. The life outside power is not always easy. Wike said those things when he was in power, and now he's not in power so far. Okay, now this is a political conversation. I'm not looking at it from a political perspective. But this one says, why is Wike is only pushing for his own favor in Tinubu's government. APC government he called cancer. You can see selfish politicians. They are never satisfied with whatever they have achieved. All right, Sonny Ozoa, or from Ozwoba. Sonny from Ozwoba with that one. Let's see. Wike saying that he's not above 700 Tinubu's regime is very laughable. Why wouldn't he respect his words and integrity for once? It would be nice for him to reject every other offer below presidency. After bragging he was looking for president or nothing during primaries. Victor from Egbema. Okay, all right. All of these conversations are majorly political. I'm looking. This one says, I think Ministry of Niger Delta Development Commission will be of a benefit to the state if the former governor gets it. Bethel Upwene. And I agree. I might agree with you. Maybe he would take his infrastructural capacity, to that ministry, and the Niger Delta. Maybe, I don't know. This one says, the former minister Rotimi Amechi, a man of his type, didn't bring anything home as a minister. Talk more of Wike, who does not look at your face, which made him say, if you don't like what I'm doing, go and org Transformers. Okay, all right then. It's impossible reading the messages. So I'm going to go to the phone lines now. 0817 923 0002. 0817 923 0003. You can send in your WhatsApp messages and text messages to the number 0809 0306416. Thank God Ability Atuegbu on Facebook said he was once a Minister of Education and he performed extremely well. So if given another opportunity to serve the country, I believe he will perform beyond expectation. But thank God, if you can hear me, in what ministry, in what portfolio do you think he would serve very well? And of course, it will benefit Rivers State. What ministry will that be? I've got Sam, and he's calling from Port Harcourt. Sam, hello, Sam.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Kalada.
Yeah, good evening. So tell me what you're thinking.
Mr. Kalada, since when did the ministerial post now start becoming better than a vice president?
It might not necessarily be just ministerial position, It might not just be a ministerial position. It could be, I don't know, something. It could be special advisor. It could be anything.
Mr. Kalada, as a technocrat, which one will be more beneficial to a state?
Are you asking me? I mean, that's the question I asked you.
In fact, it is just a show of hypocrisy and psychophancy, because the former governor, who once said APC is a cancer, is just someone who people should not take for his word. he talks one thing.
No. See. Yet again, I don't want to look at this from a political angle. I know you've got your political.
I'm not looking at it from a political angle. I'm looking at it as a Rivers indigene.
Okay.
And as a live human being who wants the development of his state.
Okay.
Because the former governor, who himself was Rotimi Chibuike, I can point out like 3 things or 4 things he brought to Rivers State.
So and yet you say you're not looking at it from a political angle. So if you
no,
wait now, Sam. If you say the former governor Rotimi Amechi brought things about 4 things to Rivers State, why do you think the other former governor, Wike, will not be able to bring things to Rivers State if he's appointed?
Because he says one thing in the day and does something else in the night.
Okay.
There are 2 parallel lines.
Okay.
That can never meet each other.
All right then. All right.
So I'm not expecting anything positive from
Sam, thank you very much. But you should know that people, are allowed to change their mind once in a while. John is calling from Iwofe. John, greetings to you. What are you thinking?
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay. I think there's no limit to what anybody can serve. Anybody can serve as any different capacity.
Okay.
And I believe the former governor, if called to serve, will serve this country diligently. And he has always been a man that always made noise with, I won't say made noise, but made comments about how ministers have not brought
anything to the states,
developments to their state,
okay,
especially in regard to the former governor.
Okay.
So we hope to see him maybe walk the talk and bring more development to the state.
John, talking about walking the talk, the last caller just said, he made certain statements about, not wanting to be a minister or an appointee, not wanting anything from the government. He was just about fighting for a southern president. Do you think we should hold him with that one?
First of all, I don't think he ever made such statements. I think even in his last BBC Africa interview, he said nobody should say he's too tired to serve.
Okay.
If the person is called to serve. So I think we hold him responsible if he's given an appointment and if he doesn't perform for the people of Rivers State and in general the people of Nigeria. But then let's just see how it goes. He has not been given an appointment.
Right,
constitutionally, every state is supposed to be able to produce a minister, and I don't think APC in Rivers State has been really supportive of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So whoever is selected to represent Rivers State is expected to at least be able to bring a little bit of projects or infrastructure or development to the people of Rivers State.
All right then. All right, thank you very much. But I do think he once said that he was not interested in being appointed. But Obed is calling from Airport Road. Obed, welcome. Let's talk.
Yes, Canada.
Yeah, welcome.
Yes, let me say a word on to the former governor.
Okay.
For using name of South to gain the heart of the foreign president. People should be advised not to use the name of the to gain them.
Obed, your connection is not very clear. I can barely.
Can you hear me?
I think I can now. I can try.
You can hear me clearly.
Yes, I can try. Go ahead.
Yes, people should be advised not to use religion to foster their personal interest. Yeah, that's a right. Now, several contradictory statements coming from the former governor. First of all, Tinubu did not tell me anything. Secondly, I will consult with my wife or family. No. Thirdly, I'm not stupid to start Nigeria. Contradictory.
No. So Obed, correction. He was asked a question, and he said, "See, no, I want to go and rest. I've not been told anything by the president."
The next time you are saying you want to go and rest, the next time you are saying you are still not too big to start, the next time you are telling people they want to consult their family. So which one are we going to be?
Okay.
Which one?
Okay.
Look, let me tell you. Personal appointment is rather the individual. That we say.
All right, I would have to let you go, Obed. The connection is very poor there. I would have to disconnect. If you can, do call back and let's have that conversation. Let's see now. I don't know your name, but I don't think this list that you have sent is accurate. It's something being speculated in the media, so I can't use it. A lot of you are sending in messages and you're saying, oh my goodness. So Wike is not to be taken seriously. This is the same Wike who boasted that he can't be among River's sons who go to Abuja to beg. I quote him, beg for what? Since last week, he has been hanging in and out of Aso Rock. From Stan, thank you very much. Let's see. This one says the only post that will be beneficial to River State is Minister of Niger Delta. Let us forget what he has said before. That is the nature and character of typical Nigerian politicians. Joe, I like how Joe has put it. Let's look at the future. Let's look at, because there is the possibility, that he might be appointed. Omie Minima, I did not see your message. This one said Wike is only hobnobbing, though I don't blame him, but I blame. Okay, all right, Morgan Port Harcourt, I can continue with your message. Okay. Good evening. Please, is there any ministerial position to fight corruption? We need to put him there so he will fight corruption, because he's not a corrupt man, or still make him INEC chairman. All right, interesting there. Interesting conversation there. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I did check out number 9, but like I said, it's still, for the person who sent the list of appointees, it's still all speculations. But I'm going to go back to the phone lines now. 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0003. You can send in WhatsApp messages and text messages to the number 0809-0306-416. I've got Jude and he's calling me from Omuma. Let's listen to what Jude has to say. All right. 92.3 Nigeria Info. Hello?
Yeah, Canada.
Yeah. Good evening, Jude.
You asked a question. Well, what benefit are we going to get if we are given the appointment?
Yeah.
For me, if he gets appointment at the federal level, it will do us no good.
Okay.
I mean, reverse people.
Okay.
First of all, for now, reverse people, we need unity. Anything that will not unify reverse people at the moment,
all right,
is no good for us. Now, if we go by what he has been saying, or before now, I call that bunch of inconsistency. 72 hours after he has left office, he has been to Aso Rock twice. And this is a man who has told us that on retirement, he will not be going to Abuja, Aso Rock, like other people. He will retire at his room with on heavens. But now, 72 hours, he's now going more than the other people who have been there for 8 hours. 8 years.
What if he has been called to serve? Like he said, it's not too big to serve Nigeria.
And that's what I have said. I say he will do us no good.
Okay.
If he's called to serve, Rivers people will be in deep trouble, because the unity we need will no longer be there with it. That's what I have said.
All right then. All right. Thank
if he's
you.
called to serve, we'll be in deep trouble.
Okay. All right.
I guess or I beg he should not even accept it.
Okay.
Rivers people should not even allow him get that, because we need unity now.
All right, then.
That's my point.
All right, thank you very much,
I
Jude.
think every Rivers man understands what I'm talking about. I don't want to go into that.
I'm a Rivers man, and I'm yet to understand you. But thank you, Jude, for calling in. This one says the regular visit to Abuja for ministerial appointment when he said he can't be second-class citizen. But then again, like I've said, we don't know why he's visiting Abuja. We can't say for certain that he's there because he wants to get the ministerial position. But he was asked a question by the BBC, journalist, and he said he wants to rest. But if he's called to serve, he's not too big to serve Nigeria. That's what he said. But however, he has not been offered anything just yet. If he's offered, he will talk to his wife and his friends, and they will deliberate on it, and then he will look at his capacity at the time, and if he's ready, I'm asking, if he's offered, how will it benefit River State? That's the question. A lot of you are missing the question. If he's offered, how will it benefit River State? And then the other question is, what role? What ministerial role would that be? That will benefit River State, that is. That will benefit River State. All right, so let's take some few calls. 0817-923-0003 and 0817-923-0002. Let's hear what you've got to say concerning, some of the things that we are talking about. And this one says, if we could get federal appointment, River State will greatly benefit as it will attract projects and carry out human development just the same way he did when he was a junior minister under former President Jonathan Wike Odinaka with that one. Governor Wike, the Minister of Defense, he will help fight insurgency. This will benefit River State and Nigeria at large. Alex, yeah, I think I remember when he was, really not what he would do when he was vying for the office of the president via the PDP primaries, and he said, he was going to focus on insecurity. So maybe that's a point. I've got Chris, and he's calling from Agri Road. Hello, good evening.
Hello, you are blessed.
All right, welcome, Chris.
The minister, if they are a minister, how will he benefit River State?
Yeah, that's the question.
Kalada, from my own perspective, I don't see any benefit unless as a repented man. This is the man I look for. Go to the red north with different languages.
So okay. So are you saying the infrastructural projects that he usually would pride about would not be reflected when he becomes minister? Are you saying that?
The project has been said. When those who do not benefit the project, which language we use on them? If you don't like what I'm doing, go and hold transformer. Is it not the same person that is going to Abuja for us? When you go there again, when you complain, okay, would they hear, hey, I'm not for you, don't know what I'm doing, hold transformer.
Okay, all right.
That is a character in person.
All right.
Unless man can change, though, maybe when he is there, as a Christian he is, he may repent.
All right then. All right, thank you very much, Chris. What a funny way to look at it. I'll take one or two more calls and, we wrap the conversation. But this one says, good evening, Canada. Wike has done very well as a Minister for State for Education, and I believe he will do better because it is in his blood, beginning as council chairman. We are not sure if he visited Aso Rock on his own or he was invited by the president. We should know how we conclude on matters, Lady V. We've not concluded. Okay, maybe some of the callers have, but I did not conclude. This one says, is Elder Jude asking if Wike is invited to Aso Rock Villa by Mr. President, he should decline? I'm deeply, okay. But I know I asked the same question. I mean, if he's invited, I mean, he has to go. The president is calling and he says he's not too big to serve. So, okay, so we don't know. And by the way, for those of you asking, we don't know why he went to the villa. The first time he went, according to the Punch newspaper, it is reported that he said he went there to see the president and, ask him how, being a president is treating him. He just went there to, how the political friends, the political, associates. So he went there Let me read from the Punch newspaper so we get it. He said he only visited the president to offer him support for days after his inauguration. So he went there to, hey, my guy. This one says, good evening, Mr. Kalada. I think all the federal ministries have ministers whose purview is the entire Nigeria. So focusing on your state of origin as a minister is a disservice to the remaining 35 states and FCT. However, the Niger Delta Ministry encompasses just 9 states, including Rivers State, or has Anambra been admitted into the Niger Delta, you're asking? So in this instance, being selfish is not too much of an ask, since the number of cheated states is fewer. Normal lobbying for projects is important, and you don't need to be in the federal cabinet to wield influence, except as a minister, you do quid pro quo with another minister, Tex Oyibo. I understand where you're coming from, but you know how we play politics, or should I say governance in River State. So there is that possibility. That you get to benefit your state once you are appointed as a minister. So I'm going to take this call and we're going to wrap it up. 92.3.
Hello, good evening, Nigeria Info.
Yeah, good evening. What's your name?
Yeah, this is Dakuku from Abokiche, the short one of a tree.
All right, Dakuku, welcome.
Can I continue?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening. Quickly, we've got 2
so,
minutes.
let me tell my brother. Because going there to have something in Abuja is not the remedy. He has been there before. If I said did not achieve anything, and the problem of the former governor is that he will tell you that he's not going to do this, but later he come up to be doing all those things. That's sometimes even when you promise that people say he's coming to APC, he says no. If you want to seek, this one. Now he's talking about the position or not position. We know he's going there, but we are not going to get anything.
All right,
and don't tell me which position are they going to give it for him to offer Rivers people. Just say it's on his own benefit. That's what he's looking for.
All right,
look at the governor he be.
All right, then. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You've made your point.
He said he cannot go Abuja when he retired as the governor. He remains to remain president.
All right, thank you very much. You've made your point. I've got to go. There's a commercial break coming up. We'll talk about this and every other issue once it's time for the open season. Just stay tuned.